Say, tell me something there, your royal majesty. You know a lot of shades. You wouldn't happen to know an Orpheus, would you?
Of course I know Orpheus. We're mates. Wait, why do you ask?
You're mates, huh? Just as long as you don't count on him for anything. Hasn't even mentioned me, has he? Well, if he ever does, you tell me.
Say, Orpheus, you wouldn't happen to know the nymph Euridice, would you? Tall, woodsy type. I get the impression maybe you know each...
What? Why, yes. I know Eurydice. Oh, I once...
I saw her, mate. In Asphodel. She's doing fine up there. All on her own.
We more than knew each other, Zagreus. We were husband and wife. She was my muse. To think that we are...
Ah, well. Don't you have a message I could bring to her if we should meet again? Something like that?
I do not wish to trouble her again, my friend. Speak not to her of me, all right? May you yet find your muse somewhere out there, my friend.
Hey, hun, what's going on? Speak up. I know when something's up down to my roots, and...
Well, it's just... I think I wanted to tell you more of Orpheus, since he's court musician in my father's house. Calls you his muse. Says he misses you terribly.
Orpheus said all that, huh? Tell you what, the next time you run into him, you ask him about the time that he came all this way to try and save me, even though I was already dead.
Yes, I do believe I can. Look, I didn't mean to upset...
Yeah, well, neither did he. But you know what? Actions beat intentions, hun. Now here, how about a treat and you can... What is it, hun? Oh no, don't tell me you've come all the way from Tartarus to ask me more about...
Certainly not. I'm merely here for your wonderful singing, cooking, or conversational ability. Though, since you mentioned it, you seem to have a lot to say to him. Is it...
So let me see if I understand. Orpheus blew it with me like an idiot, but now I'm supposed to be reaching out to him. Sorry, hun, but that's not happening. The two of us are finished. And you know what? I think we're finished here too. If you...
Orpheus, I saw Eurydice again. I couldn't bring myself to do exactly as you asked.
You what? Oh, what I meant to say was... Oh, did you perchance get the impression she...
You seem to be a bit of a sore subject, yes. What happened to the two of you, if I may ask?
Oh, it's just... I almost saved her soul from this domain back when I lived and breathed. But in the final moments of my rescue, my faith faltered.
Hey there, hun. So what do you think? Pretty good tune, right? Don't know how come everybody doesn't sing. Lightens the mood, passes the time. What's not to like?
It's a beautiful song. Even though you're angry with him, Orpheus, I mean, you're always singing still.
Oh, it's not Orpheus' song. You kidding me? This one's all mine. He always did like going on about how I'm his muse. Well, that's because I wrote half his songs for him. Bet he didn't mention...
Well, not exactly in those words, but Orpheus can be a little hard to pass.
He can be a little hard to tolerate. A quality I hope isn't going to rub off on any of his mates.
Pray tell me something, Zagreus. How is she lately, Eurydice, I mean. Her hair? Fall colors or full bloom?
She's all right, Orpheus. Seems comfortable within her little place in Asphodel. The only thing that seems to bother her at all is when I mention you. Is there nothing you can do to patch things up?
Alas, I cannot change the past, my friend. So no. As you can plainly see by now.
But that's just a technicality. I mean, you're here, she's there. So what if you're not breathing anymore? You have all eternity ahead of you. Don't you want to see her again?
Don't I want to see my Eurydice again? Why, yes. That more than anything, my friend. Provided she wanted to see me. I tried once to disturb her everlasting rest.
Say, Orpheus, Eurydice told me your songs, some of them came from her. She seems quite brilliant. You choose your muse as well.
I owe my everything to my Eurydice. She authored many of my songs indeed, and she inspired many, many more.
But weren't you the famous one? I don't understand why she doesn't share your renown.
It is but one of life's injustices, I fear. I always sang her praises every chance I had, and she asserted herself splendidly. Yet even still, our listeners believed...
I don't exactly know the ways of mortals, mate, but I'm pleased to hear you always giving credit where it's due. Look, Eurydice, I promise not to bother you with this each time, but you should know your husband's shattered by what happened with the two of you. He's genuinely sorry, and he loves you very deeply still, I'm sure of it.
And what am I supposed to do with that, your royal majesty?
I I don't know yet. Though you know what? You shouldn't take my word for it. You should take his.
Don't think I'll be running into him anytime soon from what I understand. But you're the Hades kid. You want to pull some strings on our behalf? Go right ahead, I guess. But I won't hold my breath.
I must confess something to you, my friend. My mind still wanders to Eurydice quite often, and my memories of her, despite my best attempts to move along with my existence here. I would call it a fatal flaw, except I am already...
Don't torture yourself, mate. You've been through enough. As has she. You still care for one another, just don't have a way to get the point across. But I have an idea.
I too once had ideas, Zagreus. Ideas and inspirations. It was so very wonderful to have a muse.
Eurydice, can I ask you for a favor here? Not that you owe me anything, but would you hear me out?
Yeah, sure, hon. What is it? Though you'd better not be asking for my recipes. Closely guarded family secret. I'd say I'd take them to my grave, but yeah.
It's not your recipes, though they are wonderful. It's your song. I'm sure it'd be a hit around the house, and I know someone who really needs to hear it. Don't suppose you've got a parchment copy I could have?
Your Royal Majesty, you want my song? You are aware it's called Good Riddance, right? But sure, why not? If music's gonna be playing in your house, it might as well be great. And let me give you something to go with it.
I got you something, Orpheus. It's a new song, from someone who still cares for you.
My friend, you wrote a song for me. Oh, but this is not from you, it's from... Eurydice. No. I don't know what to say. I've decided I should give this singing thing another shot for now, my friend. I hope you like it.
You sing beautifully, mate. If only Eurydice could hear you singing this right now.
Oh, thanks for the sentiment, my friend. It's just... when I sing this song of hers, I've this feeling where my heart once was that, well, perhaps she can. What news of late about Eurydice, my friend? She is as delicate as I described, no doubt. Ah, but I am dwelling on her once again, it seems.
I knew she was a talented musician, mate, but you never let on that she is an amazing chef as well. She's been hospitable to me each time we've met, though you still seem to be a bit of a sore subject.
How very understandable indeed. Were I to have been failed to be rescued from the depths of hell, mere moments from escape?
What'd he say, hun? I mean about the song. Bet he loved it, didn't he? But I don't know for sure, and I've been wondering. Kind of a lot, I guess.
No need to wonder any longer. He sings it beautifully around the house sometimes. It has a sadder sound to it than when you sing, but you've inspired him again. As you've done many times before, from what I know.
Huh, so it's a hit is what you're saying then. I had a feeling about that one. Sometimes you put some words together, and right then and there you know you've got something special.
Say, Orpheus, I heard what must have been a song of yours. It went something something in the blood. You know that one? It was amazing, mate.
Oh, that one, yes, I know. I mean, it was a favorite, I was told, by those who listened to the music I created with my muse. It was a most productive time back when we were alive.
Would you ever sing it again?
I shall give it some thought, I think.
So, how's Orpheus been doing lately anyway? Still keeping his hair in those neat little curls. I guess his tan must have faded by now.
Curls? Not exactly, no. But he's doing all right. For him. He's started singing again lately, which was a big step. He never used to before. Would go on about how he lost his muse.
And now he knows I'm out there still, huh? That's... well... thank you for the update, hon. Music's his gift. Good to know he's not throwing everything away.
Orpheus, you said that it was one of life's injustices that Eurydice doesn't get her fair share of the credit for the songs she wrote. Isn't there something we can do?
Why, I don't know, my friend. Once people set their minds to certain things, it can be difficult to show them other possibilities exist. What's to be done?
I don't know. Tell them they're wrong? Politely, perhaps not. Or tell them what's right. Get the word out about what's right? Can't we do that?
get the word out. But I am court musician of this house. My songs no longer reach too many ears. Although, I do suppose all of these shades about, they are my audience as well. I shall make certain that they know whose songs I sing.
Then word will spread. I'm sure of it.
What happens now, hun? What I mean is, now you got me thinking about Orpheus again, so what am I supposed to do with that?
Even if you can't be together right now, I hope it feels better knowing how much he cares for you. And I will try to pull some strings like you said. I can't make promises where my father's concerned, but I'll do everything I can.
Well, what can I tell you? Thanks, Your Royal Majesty. That means a lot. No pressure, though. I've been alright without him all this time, and I will be alright no matter what. If only he could say the same.
I became so enthralled with song once more, my friend, that I have been inspired to compose another one.
This is amazing, mate. You sing quite beautifully with or without your muse.
How kind of you, although my voice is nothing but the crunch of gravel underfoot compared to hers, which soars as though on wings.
Hey, mate. What do you say we share this over in the...
Oh, I don't see why not. And anyways, I oughtn't have looked back. I mean, the moral of the story is to not look back when you are told not to look back. You understand, don't you, my friend?
Don't look back, huh? I'll try not to. Though you can't be blamed for doing it yourself just the one time. What happened to you, it wasn't fair, if you ask me.
I quite enjoyed our outing, Zagreus, so I suppose I shall be seeing you around.
Finally returned to your senses, haven't you, Orpheus? A court musician who refused to sing. Such nonsense. I trust there shall be no more insubordination from you moving forward.
I'm gladdened that my songs yet stir your soul, my lord. But I have to confess my choice to sing again was motivated largely by the prince. And by my muse, of course.
Still going on about your so-called muse, I see. You had your chance with Eurydice. You squandered it. And now you're here. A deal is a deal. I expect you to comply with your end of our agreement.
That's why he's stuck here, huh?
Zagreus, the most amazing circumstances have occurred. The terms of my employment, they've been altered such that I may visit Asphodel sometimes. May visit her.
That's great. Orpheus, what are you waiting for, mate? Go and find your muse out there. You two have lots to catch up on, I think.
I think you're right. I am so very anxious, I must say. But I must also thank you for this opportunity and for speaking with me all this time. So, how might I repay you?
Why is it always talk of payment around here? You're my mate, and your songs have lifted many spirits here, including mine. Now go, and make the most of this, will you?
Why, Zagreus, how wonderful to see you here. Eurydice and I, we've been catching up for all the time we spent apart.
Yeah, so if you would excuse us for a little while, hun. I'm not finished catching up with him just yet. But first, before you go... Hey, listen here a moment, Hades kid. Look, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for bringing Orphe back to me again and everything.
Eurydice, you're more than welcome, really. You've helped me through the flames of hell time after time. Least I could do is coax old Orpheus out of his private pit of despair so you and he could set things right between the two of you.
Well, you're a real sweetheart, hun. You'll still be seeing Orphe all the time around your house, but now I get to see him too. Nice having something to look forward to, you know? Bet someone out there feels that about you.
Hey, Orpheus, you're back. How was your trip? I hope it was all right.
It was more than all right, my friend. Why, it was positively inspirational. But I've returned as promised to this house. My love is there, whilst my responsibilities are here.
You sound despondent again, mate. You must wish you were there right now. I'm sorry you had to come all the way back.
Oh, on the contrary, Zagreus. It dawned upon me that having some distance between my responsibilities and my domestic life, why, it is not so bad. Besides, Charon makes travel to and fro quite simple for me, really.
Great to hear it. I can only imagine.